Hopefully we get some people in here. I know it's a little late. What's going on, Spartan? This is very important. How's my audio sounding? You hear me? I'm just checking if I'm live here on the phone. Just checking if I'm. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Share this video out with your little friends, especially if you know any drivers. Urge them to come into this video. This is a serious discussion about a Facebook group that I have started that I want to get out there as far as possible to achieve a goal. So, Melly, awesome wife, if you can, share this video on your Facebook page or in the group since you are an admin. I've already posted a link to my page, but you can post a link directly to this video. Spartan, invite any drivers you know, please. The trainer, I don't believe I've seen you in here before, so how's it going? How you doing? If you can, please put this on your page, your YouTube or your Facebook page or anything like that. I want people to come in here. This is important. Motherfucker, why are you in here with 2 accounts? Quit messing around with your multiple accounts and bring people in here. I'm going to give it till about, we'll say, somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. If there's not a lot of people in here, I'm going to cut the video and try again tomorrow. But I do know it's a little bit late. So I want to see people starting to come in before I carry on with this. Otherwise, I'm really just wasting my breath because I want to get a discussion going in here tonight. All right. Seems like we're starting to get people little by little. I know my channel's small. I'm going to post a link in the comments to the Facebook group. So, Spartan, if you still have Facebook, please join, and I will make you an admin. And also invite people. Please share this video. Let's get people in here tonight. I'm going to go subscribe to you right now and give the trainer here a wrench. How's it going? For some reason, I can't go directly to your YouTube channel. So send me a message with a link to your YouTube channel and I'll subscribe to you. But join that group if you can. and please share this. We're past 5 minutes. I'd like to get more than 3 people in here before I start this. I'll give it till 10 minutes. If I don't see, okay. How's it going, this trucker's life? Still waiting to see if more people come in here. Otherwise, I will make a reattempt at this tomorrow. I know it's 9 p.m. where I'm at, so I know it's a little late. This trucker's life, should be a link to a Facebook group in the comments. If there's not, if the trainer could repost the link, that would be great. I have started a Facebook group called Reopen the Country or the Trucks Stop. And from what it's looking like, while yes, trucking is impervious to failure, slowly and slowly, with everything getting shut down, eventually trucking is going to be ground to a fraction of what it is now, and it's already a fraction of what it was a month and a half ago, and before that a fraction of what it was 2 years ago, and so on and so forth. Rates have been dropping, we all know that. Rates are getting even worse, when we had hoped that with this and people having demand in the stores that they would get better. And they got better for like a week. And the brokers are still being greedy, even though shit has got to move. And we can't have this. So right now, I think is a prime opportunity for us to fight for fair treatment, to have some rules and regulations changes. That's something I would like to have a discussion about among people in the comments if we get more people in here. And also, discussion of a potential strike. This is a prime opportunity for us to get our way. And coming to a halt is becoming an inevitability because of how much manufacturing is shutting down. Warehouses are shutting down. Less and less people are going to stores. Even though when they go to the store, you would think with less people going to the stores, like Walmart or whatever, that there would be a better stock of things in the stores. But that's not the case. Meat manufacturing plants are shutting down. Farmers are dumping milk because it's going bad because nobody's buying it. Where is this going to leave business for us? Less people are traveling, so that's less fuel. That's less, for the tanker drivers, that's less work for them. When is enough enough? I positively do not believe that this, I'm not going to say it, there's a YouTuber I watch, High Impact Vlogs. I implore you all to go check him out. We'll call it what he calls it, the Cerveza bug, so that way I don't get my video taken down. Because I was on a live a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, and I said the dreaded C word, and boom, live got ended right there. for violating YouTube's terms of service, because only the media, funnily enough, can say those words. That word. You know, a type of beer some people like to drink. I'm not a fan of it, and I think it tastes like skunk, but to each their own. And I would like to give a shout out to my daughter, because she's currently going to bed, but watching in bed with her mommy. My wife is Melly Hayes in the comments, so everybody say hi to her. Everybody give a shout out to a 5-year-old whose daddy is a trucker, if you could. But when is enough enough? The flu kills more people every year than is even projected for the cerveza bug to kill people. Yes, one death is too many. But we don't shut down like this for the flu. We don't shut down like this for the cold. And immunocompromised and people with underlying conditions and elderly people and young children die all the time from the cold, the flu, pneumonia, asthma. We don't shut down for other contagious, things. When Ebola rolled around, when H1N1 rolled around, when the swine flu rolled around, and any other fucking virus lately that you can think of. We didn't shut down for those. So why are we doing this? Why? Well, because of the infection rate. Have we not seen how fast the flu travels around this country? Think of it. Think about it. This is a digital age. We're in touch with people all around the world, all around the country, all around the state you live in. You know damn well that as soon as you see one of your friends from, let's say you live in New York, one of your friends in California posts they've got the flu, you know damn well you're probably going to have it within another week or two, because that's how fast it travels. But yet we're shutting down for a virus that CNN admitted won't be anywhere near as bad as the flu. Why? Why are they doing this? To not only us, but our fellow Americans. What, are they trying to crash the dollar? Is this virus real, and it's China's attempt to cripple our economy as a way to wage war? Is there something coming from space? There's talks about Comet Atlas and Apophis. Well, Apophis isn't supposed to be here till 2029, and it's supposed to miss us, come back in 2036, and supposedly miss us again. But as the decades go, the Apophis keeps coming back, and the threat, the chances of getting hit, narrow, and not in a good way. But do some research on Comet Atlas or Yellowstone. What are they hiding? America is in such a frenzy right now because of what's going on. Nobody knows what's real anymore. This is something nobody's seen in their lifetime. The Spanish flu, there's probably very, very, very few people alive to this day that could even say they remember that. And the Spanish flu was horrible. The Spanish flu killed a lot of people. Cerveza bug is not killing a lot of people. Cerveza bug worldwide. The Johns Hopkins numbers are fucking lies. That's the big scary number for the media to use and you to go online to get scared and freak out. So why are they doing this to us? Our economy is crashing. We went from having one of the best economies anybody's ever seen, growth like no other, to this. All over a goddamn bug that everybody knows is not as bad as what they're saying it is. Around the country, there's protests going on. There's a protest scheduled in Texas, down in Austin, by a guy on YouTube by the name of CoreyManX. I've subscribed to his channel. I have yet to watch his videos, but they are going to surround the governor's mansion and demand Texas reopen. Ohio, they stormed the Capitol building in the Capitol and demanded it be reopened. Michigan. I just saw, I haven't watched yet, but I saw Michigan blockaded the Capitol and demanded reopening. People are going to starve and things are going to get violent, I guarantee. Right now, it's peaceful protests. Right now, it's people yelling into megaphones, holding up signs. What are you going to do when the gun owners get hungry? Did you ever think about that, Mr. Trump, who I've started to grow very disgusted with? Saying you have total authority over the states, over the governors. You're wrong. There is a 10th Amendment, a 10th Amendment for a reason. You do not have the right to do that. I never thought I would say this because I used to be a supporter, but fuck Trump. He is showing his colors as a fucking tyrant. Fuck him. And now with this arrogant move of wanting to print his, holding up people's Trump bucks, as I'm dubbing them, who are receiving them via mail, because he wants his name printed on all the checks. Well, I certainly hope they're coming out of his personal bank account if that's the case. Otherwise, that's a fucking arrogant move. People need that money right now, and it's not that much money. And you're all peasants. You're all peasants. Oh, yes. $1,200. Please, sir, I'd like some more. While you sit in your homes as fucking quarantine slaves, wearing your mask. And when they round people up, that mask is going to be your yellow star. Anybody who knows about Nazi Germany knows what that yellow star means. It's the symbol that marks you for death. Why are they doing this to us? Truckers aren't the only ones suffering. And if there is such a need for nurses and doctors and so on and so forth, why are they furloughing so many? Why are they laying so many off? And why are they not hiring? If there's such a need for these people, why is that happening? What is going on? I think we need some fucking answers. We need to turn off our TVs. Because the news is doing nothing but lying to you. Like I said, high impact vlogs. I'm going to jump on my phone here real quick, go to his channel, and leave a link in the comments. I strongly recommend you go check out this man's channel. He is a freedom fighter. Let's see here. High impact flicks, vlogs, whatever he goes by these days. Share, copy link. Oh, I got a stuffy nose. Maybe I got the cerveza bug. There you go. I highly recommend everybody go to his channel and subscribe and watch his videos. He's the first super chat I've ever sent on YouTube. What a super chat is you send a YouTuber a little bit of money and it highlights your message so they see it, so that it makes sure that it gets seen. And I sent him a $5 super chat on one of his lives to address. I'm from Chicago. I do not like our mayor. I do not like Illinois' governor. So the Chicago mayor right now is in hot water for going to her hairstylist, if you could call what she has a hairstyle, while nobody else can do that. Nobody else can go to their hairstylist, but the mayor's allowed to. Oh, well, I'm the public face of the city. I'm on the TV. Ah, bitch. Social fucking distancing. The Louisiana pastor who keeps defying social distancing and large gathering orders who got arrested. The sheriff that arrested him is on TV with two of his bitches with badges standing behind him, and not one of them motherfuckers is wearing a mask or 6 feet apart. Look at the presidential briefings. They're not 6 feet apart. They're all standing on a small stage together. Nobody's wearing masks. Do as I say, not as I do. That's our government right now, and it's disgusting. And I am becoming angrier and angrier and angrier by the day. If you'd asked me 4 years ago if I'd ever said fuck Trump, I'd have said, hell no, God Emperor Trump, man. Fuck it, Trump 2020. Hell, if you'd asked me that last year, I'd have said the same thing. But trampling on the Constitution, it doesn't matter what's going on in this country. A pandemic, a fucking nuclear war. You do not have the right to take people's rights away. They're inalienable rights. They are rights that shall not be infringed. This is disgusting. It is time to reopen the country. And if they don't, I'm proposing a trucker strike. Why a trucker strike and not a nurses strike or anything else? Because without us, stores do not get produce or anything for their shelves. Without us, gas stations do not get their gas. Without us, trash is not moved, so trash will build up. Without us, essential items are not delivered to hospitals, so nurses can't do their jobs. Doctors can't do their jobs. Without us, America stops. And with everything being shut down, we're going to be forced to have to stop anyways. If not totally, at least a majority. So many truckers I have heard are starting to sit at home. A, because they're scared of catching the cerveza bug. And B, because there's no fucking work. That's going to start making its waves. You know, at first, dry van boomed. And then reefer boomed. While dry van crashed. Now reefer's crashing. Flatbed has already crashed. Tanker's going to, because less people are traveling and less people are buying food that is carried in tankers. The raw product, the milk, water. More and more shutdowns means less and less work for us, means we get closer to stopping. And I'm not going to sit here and involuntarily stop. But I've started this Facebook group as a warning. And I want it to get joined, and I want it to get shared. This is a warning to America to treat us better. This is a warning to our government and the brokers to treat us better and pay us better and lessen up on some of these fucking rules that they have, you know, us tied down to. And this is also a warning, reopen the country, because there's less and less work for us to do, which means we're inevitably going to have to stop. At least a majority of us, and then you're all really fucked. I don't want to see that my family cannot get food for my daughter or themselves because we don't have any work. We don't have anything to bring to the stores. I don't want it to have to come down to a strike, because that is dangerous for our citizens in this country. Everybody depends on us. But if it has to, I'm proposing that we do it. I am hoping that enough people join this Facebook group Spartan, the trainer, if you could post that link one more time. Now that we're getting some more people in here, I want it to be seen. I want the group to be joined. I want this to serve as I'm firing a warning shot into the air. Open this country or fuck you, government. We're done until you open it back up. We were talking about striking 6 months ago. We've been talking about striking for almost a fucking year now. You've all seen the YouTubers who have, back in 2018, bought beautiful trucks. What happened before the end of last year? One by one, they fell. They were buying trucks when freight was moving for $3 to $5 and up per mile. I just went on the load board yesterday out of Houston because I wasn't sure if I had another customer load to come back up to. Rates going, normally you can find rates that are high or high going into places where there ain't shit coming out. So you say you'll get a bomb-ass pan load going into Florida. You already know you're not going to come out of Florida with a good load. Unless you really, 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 really know some people. Most of the times, guys bobtail, or not bobtail, but deadhead out of Florida. Or take a short haul out of Florida up to Georgia or Alabama or the Carolinas. You can't even find a good load going into Florida. The freight I looked at going into Florida was paying less than $1.20 a mile out of Houston. Normally, you can find freight going into Florida out of Houston for at least almost $2.50. Not right now. Freight going to California out of Houston was less than a fucking dollar a mile. Fucking shameful. The brokers were already trying to make us run at cost. Or less. And now we're starting to not have a choice. I personally am not an owner-operator. But I work very closely with my boss. We are a small company. I work very closely with my boss so that I can learn because I have intentions of becoming an owner-operator. I am this close, but I am not going to pull that trigger right now. Not during this time. Nuh-uh. And it's funny, every time I come close to pulling the trigger, you know, when I had that white truck, it was a rental. I was going to take over the payments on that rental truck to learn risk-free. If I turns out I didn't like it or whatever, things could go back to how they were beforehand. No harm, no foul. But then the market crashed and I backed out. Things started to get a little bit better. I added up what it would cost me to run this truck, the Lone Star, and the price was right, and I am this close to pulling the trigger. But now we've got this shit going on, and now I'm not going to until this is over. And who knows if I'm even going to be driving if we do come together and strike. This is the thing. This is a fucked up thing about truck drivers. You can get a 20 truck drivers in a room together and ask them what color is the sky. You're gonna have some jackass in there that tries to say, well, is this shade of blue? Nobody can just say it's fucking blue. All brothers and sisters out here. We got each other's six. I only know a handful of guys that are like that. And I know there's more out there. But then you got these fucking land whales that crawl out of their goddamn Warner truck. They're never going to stop running. A, because they're scared to get fired. And B, because they weren't smart enough to save up their money for a time when they might be down. Grow a fucking pair. Seriously, grow a fucking pair. Because you have a CDL. You can get a job anywhere. And the right company might just find out you striked for a noble cause and say, you're a patriot. We want somebody like you. Fuck these mega carriers. I had a buddy of mine that normally, I'm not going to name his name. I don't know if he's in here. And I'm not going to put his company out there, but I will put the company out there that fucked him. And trainer, you're not going to like what I have to say. But his company does plant deliveries, and he was supposed to get 48 cents a mile, $75 on the first stop, and then $100 per additional stop. Landstar came in and said, "Oh, we'll do it cheaper. We'll do a lot cheaper." His boss just got done spending a shit ton of money adding equipment that was needed to the trailers for this account. This was right after they negotiated the deal, and Landstar came in and fucked them. My buddy's boss's hands were tied. He had to take it for even cheaper because he already spent all the money on these trailers. Now, my friend is not getting the pay that he was promised. That kind of shit needs to stop too. And that right there tells me that Landstar is probably hurting too. The trainer came from there. Where are you working at now, trainer? Starts with a K. I'll let you put it out there. We got more people in here than I thought. Since we got, more people in here than I thought, I'm going to ask everybody a question. If you agree with reopen the country or the trucks shut down, because if this keeps going, we're going to be grinded to a halt anyways, at least a good majority of us. If you agree with me, say yes. If you disagree with me, say no. I want serious answers. I don't want any trolling. I want serious answers. This is a serious topic. If you agree, yes. If you disagree, no. And if you say no, we're going to have a discussion on why you feel that way. I'm very curious to know. Got 2 yeses so far. And don't be afraid to say no. If you truly disagree with me, say no. I'm not going to ridicule you. I'm not going to bust your balls. I'm not going to be an asshole. I want to know why you feel the way you feel. I'm not doing this to try and be a rebel. I'm not trying to be a badass. I'm trying to look out for my fellow drivers and my fellow Americans. The yes and no is for if you agree with my message on we need to shut down before we involuntarily get shut down. Say yes. If you agree that they should reopen, if this is a viable threat to reopen the country or we're stopping, say yes. If you disagree, say no. And if you say no, I want to know why. Because everybody who's agreeing with me, I already know why. Because they're agreeing with my opinion. So if you say no, then let's have a fair discussion on why not. There's 14 people in here, and I've only got 2 answers. No. This can't be picky and choosy here, because a small company and owner ops, if they stop, and only them, then all of the freight that they were pulling is going to go to the fucking mega carriers. Come on now. This has to apply to everybody. This has to apply to as many people as possible. I know not everybody's going to jump on board. It's impossible to get that. It's a pipe dream. But this has to apply to a majority. The Big Ten won't stop, but they can't force their drivers to drive, is what I'm saying. Their drivers should shut down too. This has to go to everybody. This can't be just small companies and owner ops. This has to be drivers at mega carriers too, whether the mega carriers fucking like it or not. How's it going, Smooth? The ID 2020 thing is something that I am actually concerned about. And I am very suspicious of Bill Gates pushing this vaccine. Now, I'm going to be very clear. I am not an anti-vaxxer. Because fuck chickenpox and fuck polio. Those are much worse than the cerveza virus, might I add. Smooth, I'm doing decent, but I'm a little pissed off. Trainer, yes, you can call in, but before you call in, please, since we have 13 people in here, please post a link to my Facebook group before you call in. I want everybody to join this Facebook group, and I want everybody to share this Facebook group. We're going old school. Word of mouth. Get it around. I'm going to shut my truck off here. Why is my Bluetooth flashing? 1 second. I will be right back. I'm not leaving the stream. I have to disconnect my iPad from my truck stereo so that when I shut my truck off, it doesn't connect to the truck stereo and fuck things up. If I'm still back, let me know. It says I'm still streaming. This way, when a trainer calls in, I really shouldn't even be idling my truck. It's nice enough out. This way, when trainer calls in, and if I have to disconnect from my headset so that y'all can hear him, then there won't be so much background noise. Smooth operator. My wife got the link posted. Click that link, join it on Facebook. It is called the exact same thing that this video is called.